So it's been favored in Kerala as well, where the students from Kerala actually kind of liking towards the UK, and it's kind of very much benefiting for them because they are very hardworking students and they get very established career in future as well. Right, so I'm not going to wait much more. I'll just go ahead and just start this presentation. Just not going to be much. I'm just going to give you some sort of an idea that how generally it works out and how it is to study in the UK and how it can be absolutely be a benefit for your life. As Anita, I kind of introduced myself, but I'm just going to reintroduce myself. My name is Bivin. I am the regional in-country manager for De Montfort, and I handle India and Sri Lanka. So I've been working with the university for a while. It's about 10 years now. So there are a lot of queries that you may have. Please let them pour in, put them in the QA, and we'll address them in the end of the session. So that would absolutely clear your minds. There's no stupid questions which is stupid. Please bring them all in. There is no issues of us addressing in all those queries that you may have. Right, so all right, go ahead with the presentation so that you don't have to wait. Right. Okay, so you may see the slides. If you can, one of you confirm, please. Anita, can you see in the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So done with the introduction, but in UK, generally as a country, I think it could be one of the best countries that you can have your higher education, and that probably because of the amount of history they have with the education in the past. And then if you see any of the rankings up there, and you will see most of the British universities going up on those top. But those are, yes, established reasonings. Yeah, they are there. The quality of education is amazing. You get one of the oldest institutions up in the UK, but at the same time, the multicultural environment, that is the key factor. So remember always that is the exposure that which is actually really brings the rest of the things basically. So you got to be absolutely sure about that exposure that when you stepping out of the country, when you meet people, you absolutely be sure about talking to them, getting those perspectives, and they are amazing. When you see that one thing can be absolutely seen in different ways, that's where your idea starts coming in up, and that's how you become successful. So exposure is the key factor. So that basically comes in when you start meeting people from different origin. That's how it generally works. So UK generally gives you that kind of exposure because there are people from everywhere in the UK who come and study there. Right, so I'm sorry, I just forgot to introduce Malu in between because she's my colleague. She's in this particular session right now. Probably if you are able to see her, she would just wave at you guys, but then yeah, she's there with me too. So if you have any queries, just put that on the chat. She will be instantly clearing up all those queries as well. Right, so I don't have to give you much details about that, how other ways that it can benefit you to study in the UK, because anything outside the country, you just leave out, you get that exposure, that's the key factor. Yes, education, degrees, definitely key factor. You gotta be absolutely sure where you're studying at. That is the key factor too. So choosing British universities reduces those risk levels because it is an amazing rank. They are amazing people. They are giving you those kind of exposure. And most importantly, if you just see the current scenarios, it's safe. So it's absolutely amazing to study in the UK. Right, so I'm not going to go detail on all these points of it, but this is basically generally I'm talking, which is kind of mentioned up in the points up there. Right, so if you're just taking any of the ranking wise or any of those, you can absolutely see the benefits, which is like why you see why UK is being preferred as one of the destinations to go and study. So to add up on those, now you have 2 years of stay back where you just study for the masters of 1 year, all the UK masters of 1 year program, all the engineering programs, or irrespective of whatever it is. Like if you're going for bachelor's, then all the bachelor's of 3 years, unlike 4 years in India, and 1 year of master's, unlike 2 years in India. So, and along with that, you get to stay there another for 2 years. That's kind of basically where you, how do I say, ROI, where you can say, like, you just making, you trying to recover whatever you invested in your studies. So that kind of brings in a lot of opportunities too. So UK at the moment going through Brexit, so they need skilled laborers. I think India is the right place where they can look for skilled laborers, and I think Kerala is the right place where they have the skilled laborers. Kerala students or Malayali students are the best ones who actually can contribute, and I see a very good potential who can actually be contributor. I mean, I think it could be very good, amazing to way to if you just break that stereotype of going to the Gulf and let's go to the UK. But point is basically the quality of education is amazing, which can actually give you enough opportunities to build your career up, because that's the kind of scenario where UK is in right now, where they need the skilled laborers and you are the skilled laborers. When I say skilled laborers, I mean doctors, nurses, engineers, techs, management professionals. These are what I mean from skilled laborers, not the other way around. Right. So why study at De Montfort? De Montfort University. That's not why. That's the key factor that I'm here, and my colleague Malu is here to tell you that how you can actually establish your career up in the university if you're looking for higher education out there in the UK. So I'll just give you a line a bit. It's a 151-year-old university, started in 1869, and is based out of Leicester. So we have a lot of students who studied in the university from Kerala as well, which is like very famous students. Like recently, there is a student from North Kerala. His name is Shannon. He did his sports management from De Montfort, and he worked with Leicester City Football Club for about a year and a half, and then he was a junior management team manager for about a year, and now he's still back working with Leicester City Football Club. So what I'm saying is there is a lot of opportunities you can absolutely explore through. So De Montfort is 151-year-old, and it's basically establishes that how we have coming through that history of it. So the next basically slide is going to be showing you the video that how we have come through around over 151 years. And over these presentation, I would also show you a couple of more videos where actually you actually can see university and Leicester as a place. You can absolutely understand that how that place is going to be absolutely fine for students because it's very student friendly. Okay, so one of you, please, if you can confirm if you can hear the audio or not. I mean, if you cannot, just let me know. Otherwise, just let it play.
What do you think it takes to build a legacy? To not just be successful, not just memorable, but legendary. From every small beginning, something greater someday starts to grow. From a disused warehouse classroom started 150 years ago, where volunteers taught engineers and artists how to ply their crafts, when DMU was humbly known as the Leicester School of Arts. When treaties swept their staff and students off to serve in war, classrooms turned their tools to armaments to help support the cause. And when they returned with missing limbs and counting conflicts cost, they were taught the skills they needed to rebuild the lives they'd lost. Soon we reached the 1920s, and the campus must expand, with additional facilities to meet increased demand. After 50 years of excellence, the school now turns to colleges and leads the field in artists, engineers and new technologies. The Second World War saw sandbags piled high in lecture rooms, where students set their skills to building beds to rest the wounded troops and painted air raid shelter murals, keeping people's spirits high, while secretly, a hidden radar training station watched the skies. The 1960s brought more change as spaces filled up rapidly, and finding new facilities became of great necessity. The Fletcher Building opened, with the Queen Mother inspecting, and in '69 it was time for City of Leicester Polytechnic. Now we reach the 1990s, and educational reforms find all administrative funding fundamentally transformed. With all performance at its peak, it's time to seize the opportunity. No more a polytechnic, now De Montfort University. Whether you came to build computers or you came to start a business, whether you came to study poetry or came to puzzle physics, whether you wanted to be an engineer, a midwife or a painter, whether you started at 18 or you found education later. Whether you came from somewhere local or you came from far away, whether you lived right here on campus or commuted every day, whether you joined the student paper because you'd got something to say, or combined a few societies to balance work and play. Whether you had a fixed direction picked for when you graduated or your qualifications took you places utterly unexpected, the days, the weeks, the months and years you spent being a student here will stay with you through all you do, and you'll always be connected. But if you wanted more from uni than a simple education, if you wanted to take more with you than just your qualifications, if you wanted to make a difference, if you think you're bound for greatness, then our doors are always open and De Montfort's always waiting. Even after graduating, you can carry on with pride. There's always more achievements waiting, and we're always on your side. So keep creating, making, changing, take each chance to be surprised. And once you leave, we guarantee, no matter where your path may lead, you'll always have a place here. And you'll DMU for life.
So that's basically how we've been evolving over about 151 years, basically. What I'm trying to tell you is it's just not about once you finish your bachelor or degrees, it's about after that too. So we have alumni meets, so which kind of helps you to find a lot of other things as well. So I'm not going to be telling you that just the jobs that you need to look for. No, there are other potential things too that you can do. So there are things that where you can start up your own companies too. So every university supports or encourages people to come out with their startup ideas. So if you are one of them who thinks that they can start your own company, you meet something similar people like you in the university. There are about 29,000 students studying there, and then you collaborate and start your own company. That's how you become successful, not just how you find a good placement or how you find a bigger company. So those are the things that you have to be absolutely careful or to be open with mind when you go there, right? So always understand that there is just not the employment. There's a lot of things that we are ranked top 17 in the UK in terms of the students getting the employment from De Montfort University after their studies, basically. So we're there. Definitely, we're going to help you with those. But all I'm saying is basically just keep yourself open to the part where you can start your own companies too, because that way you can absolutely be successful on another level. Right. So again, more in the ranking system wise, if you just check out any faculty of ours, you pick up any of those on the slides or things that we just not mentioned up here, like art and design. Then we have management, obviously, is up here. So we are pretty much in the top 15 to top 25 universities in the most of the faculties that we have at De Montfort. And in terms of employability, 97.3%. That is the percentage of students who got the further employment or they went for the further studies. So investment-wise, we're going on great. There are a lot of people who come and invest in the university. So the recent facility that we came out with was with the Vijay Patel. I'll show you the video in the end of the presentation. Probably you will understand. So location-wise, it's based in Leicester. That's why students like it, because to reach up in London is just 1 hour. At the same time, the living cost in Leicester is way cheaper. So according to the UKVI, you need to show £1,023 per month in your account for 9 months. But then at the same time, the actual in the on-ground level, students live with about £650 a month. So it's pretty much possible to live in a month with less money that you have to show in the account. At the same time, part-time jobs are available. So you can, during the term time, you can work up to 20 hours a week. The term time is when I say you have 3 terms in a year, or how you call semesters. So 1 year of program, 3 semesters in it, and you can work during those semester times up to 20 hours a week. And off semester times, like when you are off the semester, which is 1 month of break, you can work up to 40 hours a week or something. I like the drawing on the slide, but thank you, that was nice. Right, so so basically Leicester in terms of living cost wise is very much cheap. So students like it, everything is available. You don't have to worry about anything. If you like, I mean, I really like beef parota in Kyle, the restaurant, which is in Leicester. So what I'm saying is if you have beef and parota, so it's a very vibrant and lively atmosphere out there. So you just have to every other person that you meet is basically students. So that kind of makes it very, very much amazing, vibrant, and lively. So that we have very good Indian society. So when you're in the university, you're among 29,000 students of different nationalities. But when you step out of the university, you're absolutely safe because there's a lot of things available. You don't literally have to carry anything from your home unless your mom makes amazing achar. Otherwise, everything is available. I mean, frozen parotas are available. But then, yeah, it's really much accessible to anything that you would like to have. But it is why. I mean, if you see Mahendra Singh Dhoni in the second picture, that's because he got his honorary postdoctorate at De Montfort in 2011, and prior to him, it was Amitabh Bachchan. So pretty much what I said earlier, everything's vibrant, lively, and basically where you can affordable places that you get to live. Accommodations, the private accommodation, which is like which very much near to the campus, is pretty much costs you like about 55 to 60 pounds a week or something. That's it. So everything is available. The part-time jobs are available. We have a university which in-house cell which helps the students to get part-time jobs. At the same time, the seniors, your seniors, you talk to them and you find the part-time jobs anywhere. Right now, UK is safe. COVID restrictions are in March, so there are part jobs that have opened up a lot. So you get that. So on an average, you get about £7 to £9 per hour generally. But so if you just do the math, you probably get about £640 a month, which is managed to live in a month. So it's absolutely nice. Right, so it's a multicultural place. You have 150 worship places. You have temples, you have gurdwaras, you have mosques, you have churches. So it's pretty much everything right there. Largest Diwali celebration outside of India. I know that Malayalis are not much of Diwali people. Vishu, but since I'm a Malayali, so. But yes, it's the largest Diwali celebration outside of India. And then also Golden Mile. It's 1 mile length road with all Indian shops out there. So that's how the Diwali celebration looks like in Leicester. Right, so how daily life in Leicester looks like is what I'm going to play you, but please be sure that you go on to the YouTube, find these videos at De Montfort. You need to see where you're going. It's very important. You cannot just unsee the university and just decide to land up in the UK and then see their university just in flash of your hands. No, you got to do your research, go to the YouTube, anywhere, just find all the material you can and then see that, right? So anyway, this is how the journey life in Leicester looks like.
Welcome to Leicester in the heart of the UK.
A 21st century city with an amazing history.
Let's find out what gives Leicester its beat.
It's a great place to be a student. The DMU campus is right in the centre of town.
It's the perfect size.
Everything's walking distance.
There's loads of great cafes, juice bars and pubs in Leicester. On campus, around the city centre and around Braunston Gate.
The High Cross Shopping Centre is great for big brands.
We go shopping there way too much.
And the Lanes has a lot of cool vintage shops.
Leicester has the most amazing variety of food. Places like the open market for fresh produce, St. Peter's Square, or Narborough Road, which apparently has the most amount of spoken languages on any road in the UK. So if you can't find it here, you can't find it anywhere.
I feel like part of the community.
Leicester's a really active city with lots of great sports facilities. And it's the home of internationally renowned teams, Leicester City Football Club, Leicester Tigers Rugby, Leicestershire County Cricket Club. It's also easy to get out of the city to enjoy all kinds of outdoor activities.
I can get back to London in 60 minutes.
The rest of the Midlands and the UK are all easily accessible by road, rail, and we also have East Midlands International Airport.
Leicester has great nightlife, whether student nights like this or upmarket cocktail bars. We're in the city centre, it's 9:30 on a Wednesday and the party's already underway.
R&B, hip-hop, grime, rock, punk, loads of different genres. Theatres, comedy clubs, cinemas, museums and the National Space Centre.
There's a real sense of community amongst the students and in the city as a whole.
The Diwali celebration is amazing, the Festival of Lights.
Now that we've shown you what life in Leicester is like,
Why not come and take a look for yourself?
that generally gives you an idea that how generally life in Leicester looks like. Employability 97.3, as I was mentioning earlier, and they've been named as one of the best university who offers the support system. That's why we are on the higher rank, because we have a huge employment cell, which basically helps the students to prepare for the mock interview, building up the CV, and all those requirements and everything, and also just choosing the companies basically. So these are the people where they work. On the third point, they are good companies, they are good people, and they're good industries. They pay well. And if you ask me about any of those areas that you want to know the average salary of it, I probably can tell you as well. These are some of more companies there where they work with. Part-time jobs, as I was mentioning earlier, you can work up to 20 hours a week, and then you can work those 20 hours during the term time, which is like 3 terms. Off term time, you can work up to 40 hours a week. On an average, the wage which has been paid is about £7 to £9. That's basically is a very good amount. I've seen students getting paid higher than that, about 15, 20 pounds as well per hour, which is very good. And at the same time, you can find them easy. So you can find them through the university, you can find them through the word of mouth as well. So Indian society, they help you with everything. We do a lot of festivals and other stuff. We do Onam celebration as well. We do Holi, Diwali, and everything. So it's really nice to see this bunch of students doing all of it, and you can be absolutely part of it. I think 2-3 years ago, we had students' body, the student demand for student union, which is like where we get the largest funding for the students to manage it. And the student president was a Malayali boy, and the vice president was also Malayali boy. So it's really nice at how 1,500, it's a large university is being channeled and being run by a student body like from India. So you can be absolutely part of it if you've been part of any of those institutions in your previous scenarios. DME Global is where we send us to different students to different parts of the world to get more exposure. I know right now, virus situation, we cannot do anything about it, but at the same time, we're doing whatever the things can be done online. Like for example, we have UN engagements that we do through online. At the same time, the things when they are normal, when things will get normal, the students are being traveled to different parts of the world to get more exposure. And the best part of that is basically 70% of all of that is being covered by the university. So it basically makes very much lighter on the student side and makes much more life easier for you. And if you like traveling, that's going to be a good opportunity for you guys. But again, at the moment, nothing is happening because of the whole virus situation. But when things will happen, you will be able to be part of all of those. Okay, so this is the requirement that we have. So if any of you are thinking of or planning on to go for undergraduate program, then the requirement is 65%, and that should be in your best 4 subjects. So that excludes your regional language, no Malayalam, no Tamil, no Telugu. Right. So and then if you're thinking to apply for the engineering program in the undergraduate level, like you just finished your 12th and you want to go for engineering in undergraduate, then mathematics should be one of your 4 subjects, and it should be at least 60% in it. For postgraduate, the students who are looking to apply for postgraduate, they should have at least 55% in their graduation. So that's basically the entry criteria. And for English requirement, for all the literature-based program, like for example, MBA, English writing, literature, creative writing, those require 6.5 and 5.5 in each component. And if it is other programs, like for example, technology or fashion design, then that requires 6 and 5.5 in each component. You don't require if your 12th grade English is more than 65%. If your 12th grade English is more than 65%, we can waive off your IELTS. So that basically is there, but at the same time, understand that be sure about your communication, vocabulary. If you think that you need some preparation, start doing it now, so that there would be a lot of people interviewing, because generally it is this is how it happens. When we accept a student, we interview them, and then when that interview happens, you should be absolutely okay to speak in English. So if you require any help, please reach out to the people who are responsible up here, like Tara and everybody, so that you can absolutely work on that part of English, and then you can be absolutely sure that you can say nicely reach in the UK. All right. So those are the things that we require. If you do not, like for example, if you do not have IELTS, and if you do not have 12th grade English 65%, then you can absolutely apply for this exam called DATE, De Montfort Academic Test for English, and it's free of cost. You don't have to pay anything for it. If you clear this exam, you don't have to go for IELTS if you don't have 65% in your 12th grade English. So that's it. If you have any queries or anything that you can ask me, you can ask me right away.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Vipin.
Hi.
Yes.
Can I ask the question now?
Yes, please, Jia.
Can you say what is the expense involved for the postgraduate programs?
I'm sorry. What is the what?
It's asking about the expense for the postgraduate programs.
Oh yeah, the tuition fee. Yes. So the tuition fee is about £16,100, £15,100. Sorry, and then you have about £1,500. The scholarship sort of thing, bursary we call it, is happening for Indian students. So the thing is basically for that you need to apply fast and to make sure that you avail that, because it's basically first come first serve basis, right? But yeah, tuition fee ideally is about £15,100. Malu, can you just correct me if I'm wrong?
No, it's 15,100.
Yes. Depending on what program you're going. So if you're going for MBA Global, if it is an MBA Global, then the fees is about £16,000.
Okay. Thank you, Bipin. We have another query. Rohan is asking about the graduation immigration route. He's asking about the update on that.
Okay. So as of now, the updates that we have is basically any student who's basically been staying beyond July 2021, the students are applicable to get 2 years to stay further their program they finish. So if you just have to look it through financially, I don't think that could be a big problem, because if you just compare it with other countries, if you're deciding on to study outside, so you will compare, you will see somewhere UK is much more cheaper for you. At the same time, like for example, the part-time jobs and which things are available, which is going to make your life easier. But at the same time, the whole idea of yours should not be as a 2 years of stay back to be considered as a point of view, because that's there. You will be getting those 2 years of stay anyway. But yeah, this is the whole idea. But just focus on the studies, which is basically where you're going to be going studying at the university. And I think graduation immigration route is something which is helping you to stay in another 2 years for in the UK, where you can absolutely do anything in UK, like obviously within the legal system which is there. So work throughout. You can absolutely work, do the ROI or whatever the money you're investing in your further studies. So 2 years, and one of the reason I would absolutely push on is basically the amount of opportunities available in terms of employment wise, or in terms of starting your own startup wise. So that is basically where you need to see the whole picture through perspective. So what I'm saying is, you use that study message or whatever education that you're getting at the university, and apply those in the real-time world, where you can absolutely have the support of the government to come out with your own substantial business. So yeah, 2 years is amazing.
Okay. Thank you, Bipin. And we have few queries, but it is all related about program-related queries, which program is more suitable and the IELTS requirement. I think everything, almost everything have been covered by Bipin already. And if you have any further queries related to the programs or the other requirements, you can email us or you can call us directly so that we could help you with the course details. Okay. So
Yeah.
I think,
There's one more thing that I just wanted to put across. If any of you students who are basically with the spouses, please bring in, talk to us before you make an application, because that way we will tell you that how Shell exactly should work. And if you have more than 5 years of work experience, please come back and talk to us again, because that way again we can tell you that how things can actually work.
Great. Okay, so I think this is almost done, and we have 2 more panelists waiting. I hope the students are almost clear with the De Montfort University. And as I told you earlier, if you have any queries, you can always come back to us. I would like to thank you, Bipin, so much, and Malu also, for coming and explaining all the things. And we hope that, we'll come up with so much students to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.